This house, Houghton, is designed to last 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. It has this incredible feeling of confidence. Sir Robert Walpole was a very ambitious man. He had great vision.
Sir Robert very much built the house to house his collection of art as a statement of his power and wealth.
His collection at Houghton formed the core of the Hermitage collection.
It was one of the most celebrated collections in Europe at the time, and it's also amongst the treasures of the Hermitage.
It's very easy to forget the great pictures were intended to be part of an orchestrated decorative scheme.
Those pictures are going to be loaned back to Houghton this summer from May till September and go into the rooms that they came from.
You have a house which is absolutely intact in its 18th century state, and those pictures which have been left in the same place, the Hermitage. Why not reunite them?
Sir Robert Walpole was Britain's first Prime Minister. He had an extremely successful political career based on power and influence. Catherine the Great was another extremely powerful and extremely ambitious person, and she wanted to bring European culture to Russia. She was a very megalomaniac collector, like many great collectors, so she liked buying things en bloc.
The sale took place in 1779. The Russian ambassador to the court of St. James advised the Empress Catherine the Great that an extraordinary collection was going to be put for sale, and it was one of the most celebrated collections in Europe at the time. Within days, she said, "I'm interested."
There was a degree of an outcry. Wilkes, the radical politician, made the suggestion in the House of Commons that there ought to be what was in effect a national gallery, and that was probably the first political advocacy of such an institution, a clear half-century before it happened.
It was brokered by James Christie, the founder of Christie's, who was a very brilliant and flamboyant businessman. For him to land the contract to sell them and then sell them to Catherine the Great must have been the greatest coup of his career.
Walpole began collecting seriously in the 20s when his financial position was unassailable. He employed certain dealers, he used his sons. He was not in any sense a pioneer in taste, but he bought the great fashionable trophies of the time.
What was extraordinary about this collection is the fact that it included works by the major artists of the Baroque period: Rembrandt, Veronese, Rubens.
No artist was more fashionable in his day than Murillo, and the great Murillo Assumption, Virgin, is a ravishing picture. The Muratta portrait of the Pope is one of the definitive portraits of the late 17th century in Italy.
The Poussin, the Holy Family, it was one of the best pictures you could buy by Poussin at the time. The same applies to Salvator Rosa, this wonderful prodigal son. He didn't hesitate to pay huge prices to obtain the very picture that he wanted.
One should mention the portrait of a girl by Rubens. It's a picture of enormous charm. There is a marvellous Van Dyck, Sir Thomas Challoner in black, offset by his white ruff. Roughly 60 pictures are being brought back. All of them are pictures of distinction.
We open this year on the 17th of May and go through to the last Sunday in September. And I really hope as many people as possible can come and see this exhibition, because it really is a one-off that will never happen again.
This exhibition brings enough back to Houghton to give it an extraordinary new lease of life for this summer. It will be a thrilling visual experience, make no mistake.